My investigation into the mysteries of the lost city of El Mirador begins hundreds of miles from the ruins in Guatemala City. Until the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, Guatemala was the domain of the Maya, one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world. Even Guatemala City here sits on top of a huge Mayan ruin. Though today, you'd hardly know it. Today, this is a big, noisy, congested metropolis home to over 3 million people. But if you look closely, signs of the ancient Maya are everywhere. And perhaps their most delicious legacy can be found at the Central Market, the invention of two iconic dishes that have become staples around the globe. You may think, what do the Mayans have to do with me? This is ancient history. Mayans invented guacamole and chocolate. I could pretty much live off of that. Well, the next time you rip into a chocolate bar or dive into a plate of guacamole, remember where your food came from. Oh, genius. So good. Thank you, Mayans. Out on the street, there's no shortage of impromptu soccer matches. But locals here still honor a much older game, with much snazzier uniforms. This is so cool. This is the Mayan ball game. Some version of this Mesoamerican sport has been played here in the Americas for more than 3,500 years. The rules of the ancient game have been heavily debated, and there are some gruesome depictions of players being sacrificed at the end of the game. It may have been that if you lost the match, you lost your head. So I'm more than a little concerned when I sub in. I understand it's kind of like basketball, another game I'm not so good at. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay, here we go. I remember the words of my old coach. If you can't shoot, pass. Ready?
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh! Hey, great game.
Yes.
Thank you very much for showing me. Before I get pulled into a pickup game of skins versus skins, I hurry across town to the National Museum of Archaeology. Within these galleries are the great treasures of the Maya: jade funeral masks, monumental sculptures, and intricately carved glyphs. At their height, they were the most advanced civilization in the Americas, with a population of more than 2 million. Their empire of cities stretched from southeastern Mexico through all of Guatemala and Belize and sections of Honduras and El Salvador. To understand how the mysterious ruins of El Mirador and the legendary Snake Kings fit into Maya history, I'm meeting with Dr. Stanley Gunter. And so you are, I want to make sure I get this right, you are an epigrapher.
Yep. So an epigrapher is someone who studies ancient Maya hieroglyphs.
Right.
But what we know is that there's a big division between what we call the pre-classic period and the classic period.
Okay, here's the deal. Archaeologists divide Maya history into several periods. Almost everything you and I know about the Maya comes from the classic period. This was when powerful Maya kingdoms built elaborate cities like Tikal and later Chichen Itza. It's the height of their art, architecture, and engineering. Prior to this, though, is the longer and far less understood pre-classic period, which experts long believed was a more primitive civilization. And sometime around the year 150, this pre-classic kingdom completely collapses. So much so that we can barely read their writing.
With the classic period glyphs, we can probably read about 80–85% of them. With the pre-classic, we can probably read less than 5%.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
The rest of it's an unknown?
All of these hieroglyphs are so different from the ones we see later on that it is still a big mystery as to how to read those texts.
What we do know is that after the mysterious downfall of the pre-classic, the Maya re-emerged to build a new empire with new leaders.
300 to 900 AD is what we call the classic period, and that is where they are absolutely flourishing. And one of the most important kingdoms we know was the Snake Kingdom, and they dominated the classic period.
Named for their serpent-headed emblem, a powerful dynasty known as the Snake Kings ruled various kingdoms at the height of Maya civilization. But Maya codebreakers like Stanley have found startling hints that they might have been inspired by even more powerful kings that came before them.
Well, what's interesting is we have a lot of references to earlier pre-classic snake kings and snake kingdoms. So they're basically trying to copy what was going on before.
Right. And why would they do that?
So what we know is people will do that when they have a culture or a civilization that they absolutely revere and that was very powerful.
Right.
And so we know there must have been an enormously powerful snake kingdom in that pre-classic period. And these kings would have wielded more power than any other Maya kings in history.
So they're hearkening back to something that must have been really a big deal, right?
Right. So then it obviously begs the question, who were these earlier snake kings? And
Right.
where were they ruling?
The answers may lie with an incredible artifact currently housed in the museum's secure storage vault. Oh, a whole nother museum.
All the great treasures of Guatemala.
So cool. And behind several more locked doors, one of the greatest treasures of all, something known as a dynastic vase, an object that may be the key to locating the remains of the original snake kings. And what makes this so special?
It gives us the names of the earliest snake kings, and from this vase we know there were at least 19 of these guys.
And did each one have a snake in their symbol?
Each one has that because they were all snake kings.
And can we tell their actual names?
We have individual names. My favorite is this guy over here, Akab Yol Bachlam, dark-hearted jaguar.
That's my new cologne. Dark-Hearted Jaguar by Josh Gates. Available at 7-Elevens everywhere. The dynastic vase reveals the identity of 19 powerful snake kings from the mysterious pre-classic period. But some key details are missing, like what happened to their kingdom and where are they buried. So this was found where?
It was found by looters somewhere in the site of El Mirador.
The vase offers a clue that the remote jungle ruins of El Mirador could be the home of the original snake kings, not to mention their vast royal riches. So does it stand to reason then that if these guys were ruling around El Mirador, there could be 19 undisturbed tombs of the snake kings there?
There definitely should be.
How significant would it be to find one of their tombs?
It would absolutely revolutionize our understanding of the ancient Maya, because that clearly now is the beginning of Maya civilization. If you are going to get any further answers to your questions, I think you're going to have to head off to El Mirador.
It's easy to get to though, right?
Not that easy.
To look for the tombs of the mysterious snake kings, we'll need to undertake a major expedition to the jungle-covered ruins of El Mirador. Stanley is connecting me with Dr. Richard Hansen, the main archaeologist at the site. From Guatemala City Airport, the crew and I board a small prop plane for a flight 300 miles north to the tiny island town of Flores on Lake Petén Itzá. Flores is a sleepy colonial town. It's also the last vestige of civilization here in the north. After this, it's just jungle, so we have to stock up here on supplies before heading in. I try on a traditional Maya backpack called a mecapale. So this just goes like this, and there you go. Oh, so comfortable. It's using 100% of the spine, which is really how you want to carry things. This is amazing. I'll see you later. Hey, hasta luego. Bye-bye. On the advice of my chiropractor, I ditch the neck pack and focus on the jungle essentials. A sharp machete. Just right. Protection from venomous snakes. You're just gonna hope that if you get hit by a snake, it's not above the knee. And of course, this explorer's must-have, the one thing that keeps me going. Ah, perfecto. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. I am gonna miss you. Properly fortified, the crew and I load our gear into helicopters for the final leg of the journey to El Mirador.
We have to go. She says like there might be problems with the weather and we might lose the next flight. So
Okay, so let's load up. Everybody ready?
yeah,
Let's do it. Come on. We load everything from food, medical supplies, even a new dish to replace a broken satellite connection out at the site. In the first float of 2 helicopters that goes out. It's gonna be me, Evan, Aaron, and Mike, okay? So we can do about 1,000 pounds total, including our weights. How much breakfast did you have this morning?
I puked last night and this morning, so.
That's another 2 pounds we can take. Danny's always taking one for the team. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah.
There are no roads where we're going. 50 miles of punishing jungle lie between Flores and El Mirador. Okay, guys, we are leaving. Anybody who wants to go to the jungle, get in a helicopter. The choppers lift off, and our last glimpse at the modern world disappears beneath us. And we chart a course straight into the unknown.